Let's get back to our top story. The major flooding event in North Queensland has now turned deadly, with one person losing their life. A 63-year-old woman died when the emergency vessel she was travelling in during an evacuation flipped. Her body was found a short time later.
It comes as thousands of residents are forced to flee their homes after more than a metre of rain fell in just 48 hours.
For more, we're joined by Queensland Premier David Crisafulli. Good morning to you. So, Premier, firstly, devastating news. A woman has lost her life. What more can you tell us?
It is devastating, Matt, and in a town of only about 10,000 people, that really cuts deep, and they've lost one of their own. So in a disaster, ultimately, it's people that matter, and our message to residents right across the area, so we've been talking about a zone between Mackay and Cairns, but our message to people in that area is please listen to the warnings, do everything you can to stay connected, and we'll worry about property after the disaster's through. But the modelling is showing, and we are preparing for more rain, so it's important that people heed those warnings.
Yeah, and we've had, more than 1,000 millimetres in just a few days. So much water. We've seen the pictures. It is fast moving. I know you don't want to talk about homes, but these are people's lives. What are we thinking?
Yeah, there's real challenges ahead, and a couple of days ago we had officers door knock the area that was referred to as the Black Zone in Townsville, and those residents evacuated yesterday. We're asking them please to stay away today. There is the prospect, and the modelling shows that water could continue to rise. There's also the challenge of flash flooding at the moment. We had 11 swiftwater rescues overnight. Now, we had pre-deployed a few days ago, and thankfully we did. So Water Police and Swiftwater Rescue and SES were there. So there were 11 rescues overnight. There's been hundreds of calls for SES. And we're just asking Queenslanders to really heed that warning. And you're right. Nothing more devastating, and in some cases you'll have people who'll have inundation twice in 5 years, and that's really hard to comprehend. Let's stay safe, stay connected, and then my message to Queenslanders is we'll be there for you. Already in partnership with the federal government, we've announced some personal hardship payments. They will be expanded. We've spoken to the councils in the area to allow them to get in and start repairing the infrastructure, but my commitment to Queenslanders is we'll help you rebuild, and more broadly, my focus and my passion is to make sure that when we do rebuild, that we put betterment into that. So you don't just rebuild to the same standard in the same location and expect a different result. We've got to build some resilience into that as well for future events. Yeah,
well, it's not over yet. And talking about the future, just talking about the Ross River Dam, Nat was showing me pictures, actually. She was there in 2019, and the inundation in and around residents. If the dam does reach heights, could it be worse than 2019?
We're asking residents to prepare for that. Now, it would be a blessing if that doesn't happen, but let's prepare for the worst. That's always what should be done. And that's why the decision for people to follow that advice and leave that black zone was the right call. Now, more broadly, stay connected, stay up to date. We are making sure that we share information as clearly and as calmly as possible. For example, we made a decision yesterday on school closures at 1 o'clock, and we'll be doing the same today at the same time on the same platform for tomorrow. You've got to try and give people as much confidence as they can. But in the meantime, it's about floodwaters and about flash flooding, and we're asking Queenslanders to do everything you can to stay safe. You are our priority, and I can assure Queenslanders that we are better prepared than ever before, and we're asking Queenslanders to make sure that they get through this, and then the rebuild will begin.
You were born and raised in Ingham. How personal is this for you?
Yeah, and I've still got a lot of family there, and they're part of that community, and they're part of a community that's just lost one of their own, and that's really challenging, and they're part of a community that's been smashed at home, in their businesses, on their farms. And it's tough, but they are really strong. And all of that area, you know, everywhere, like Tully, Innisfail, Ingham, Garoo, they're incredibly resilient, strong communities, and they know how to handle flooding. But resilience doesn't mean that they should be left to their own devices. And I can assure you, we will help them rebuild.
Yeah, never forget those images. Of course, after the clean-up in 2019, the community came together. We saw the North Queensland Cowboys footy team out there mucking out, helping people. No doubt the Queenslanders will look after themselves and make sure that their neighbours are safe too. David Crisafulli, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Shervo.
Yeah, thank you, Premier. 2019, over $1 billion worth of damage and nearly 3,500 homes were damaged. Let's hope it doesn't get anywhere near that. Good luck, everyone.